about trading Forex is that you don't actually know exactly which trade is going to be a crazy winner or just another loss.
What's up, everybody? We are currently live.
We'll take away the weekly.
Trace back down to order confidence. That price is going to be bullish.
Point sort of chasing the market. I was more than happy to stay flat.
Hello everyone. What the kangaroo tell?
Always recommend trading on the 5 minute.
Some of these exotic pairs and pretty steady uptrend, making these higher highs and higher.
Mostly trend following.
The stimulus in a certain way. Welcome to the stream. I see y'all in the chat. Y'all going crazy before we even start. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I see you, XD, Big Rodin, No Name, Ron, Jaleesa, Line Leader, For Job, Moses, Dinero. I see all y'all. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. So today I took 2 L's. I took 2 losses today. So this is probably gonna be the first time I'm streaming here and talking about a loss. Usually I come here and talk about the wins we took for the day. So I will be talking about the 2 losses we took today, and then I will be talking about this beautiful US30 trade right here. But first, we're going to start with the losses. So if we come over to GU, here it is right here. Literally just happened. So if I put this in replay mode right about here, right, and I delete this, we see that price is consolidating. It's been consolidating all morning. Pretty much between this area and this area, we're ranging, right? So if I put it in play, boom, right? Price broke through the zone. And usually I like to wait to see what the next candle does before I take any type of entry. Okay, so if we take a look at the next candle, boom, it showed us bullish momentum, right? So no impulse sells here because the next candle showed us it wanted to go up. Okay, that's cool. So let's play this out a little bit. Okay, so then price started consolidating again. I do want to point out that it made a lower high. Okay, so you see how these highs are getting lower? So we got lower high here, lower high here. So I'm like, okay, maybe this time when it comes down, maybe it'll break this zone, right? And maybe it'll break this support. Okay, another thing I want to note is on the hourly, if we're looking at this on the hourly, what do you see if we break? You see that price kind of broke through here. We have beautiful, clean traffic candles here to fill, right? Those of you who've traded with me before, I like these clean traffic candles for price to fill up. Okay, so it was looking good. It was looking good. So let's come back over here. All right, we'll come back to the 15-minute. So now that we see we got lower highs, we see we're downtrending, we're breaking out of the range, right? We got clean candles. Things are looking good for sells. I thought they were at least, right? So what I'm going to do now is we have to adjust our zones, right? So we're not really worried about resistance per se at this moment because we're looking for sells. So you just want to adjust your support from being here to here, right? Because now the new support is here. So what are we doing now? We're doing the same thing. Waiting for price to close. That's our zone, right? To close below, I'm going to say below the zone. All right, we're waiting for price to close below this zone. So let's hop on to the next candle. Bang. All right, patiently waited for this one. Okay, so within my rules, the next thing I like to look for is an impulse entry, which would be an impulse sell, right? And that would be if this candle showed bearish momentum. So if we hop onto the 5-minute and I go to the next candle, see this double wick rejection here? So I'm going to show it to you real quick. I'm going to have to go back so you can see it quick. When this candle was forming, you're going to see as soon as I go to the next candle, it's going to look like a double wick rejection to the downside and a push down. That's when I took an impulse entry. So check it out again. You see how it formed? You see that? I'm doing one more time so you can see it. This is how it was the majority of the 5 minutes. And then the last minute of the candle, it decided to push up. I'm going to show you one more time. Check it out. You see that? It was real quick. All right, so with it showing that, I took an impulse here and I put my stops above here. About 7 pips. This says 6.5. I risked 7 pips on this. And I typically do go for my 10. As I always say, go for 10. However, on the 15-minute, I was going for, I think, 15, 14. I think right down here. All right, so this was my plan. I patiently waited. I see we had we had lower highs. I see we were breaking zones. During the formation of this candle, it was breaking down, right? And if we go to the 1 minute, when I put this back, as you can see, during the formation of the candle I entered on, look at this, right? Don't that look like we're coming down? We got 2 wick rejections right here to the top side as well. Consolidation and a breakdown. So, price action wasn't my friend today, in other words. So as you can see within this next 15-minute candle, it did come back up and stop me out right here. So I did get stopped out of this, but the important part of this lesson is risk management, right? So I knew how much I was risking for this trade, right? And I'm okay with that because, I don't risk that much. I typically risk less than 10 pips. So, and then with my lot size, I make sure I stay between 1% and 3% of my account. And I'm gonna tell you something, I didn't even risk 1% of my account. In fact, I think I risked not even 0.5% of my account on this trade. So it was probably like 0.2% of my account, not even a 1. So, we got low risk here. So, but you can get that far once you get bigger lot sizes, of course. So I just wanted to share this loss with you. I see you, De Niro, in the chat. Eric, I see y'all. GU is super messy. Yes, it was. So yeah, so that was a loss. So before this GU trade, I took a trade on gold, right? So I'm going to hop over to gold. Let's get out of replay mode. Let's see. See if I can remember where this trade was. I think it was 8:15, 8:30. Yeah, right around here. Yeah, it was around here. Okay, so on the 4-hour, what I did was I put a Fibonacci because price was retracing. So actually, before I put this Fibonacci, let me just explain it to you so you can understand. So if we look at the daily, and of course, a lot of this happened already, but we have a rejection to the downside and a push up, right? So price is bullish for the day, right? So if we look to the left, we have these beautiful clean candles here, clean traffic. It looks like gold can possibly get up to this resistance, right? So let me put a line here, right? That's the daily resistance. So I said, okay, looks like we're going bullish. When I'm looking at the hourly here, my stream starts at 7 in the morning. So let's see, right around this time. So I'm going to go to 7 o'clock candles. So my stream started around this time. This is what I saw. See, we had these bullish moves up, price came down, had a pullback, came up. So now I'm thinking, oh, okay, it's before New York open. Maybe we're just going to have a pullback so we can get that New York volume and then push up. That's what my thought process was this morning. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did. So on the 4-hour, took my Fibonacci and I took it from the bottom of this candle to the top. Okay. Let's hop back down to the 15. What do we see? We see price going into that golden zone area. I made these lines gold on purpose so you can see them. All right, so these are the retracement levels. For those who don't know, it's called a pullback, right? So we know that when price has uptrends and downtrends, we always have to have a pullback so that we can continue our momentum, okay? So if we go to the next candle, what do we see? I see a kangaroo stick. I'm like, okay, so that's right on our line. Let's see if I can drag it over so you can see it a little better. Just so y'all can see the numbers. There we go. All right, so let me tell you something. Gold really likes this zone right here, this 0.786. I'm not sure if you could see it, 0.786 zone. You see we touched it right here. Gold loves to retrace to this level. So, and then we have a kangaroo stick, reversals. So we go to the next candle. Okay, boom. Rejections to the downside, right? We're rejecting to go down, we're pushing up. Also, when I was on the currency meter, at the time, USD was red, so USD was weak. And when USD is weak, then gold is bullish. Okay, but you do have to remember that the currency meters are delayed. All right, so if we go to the 5-minute here, what time is this? 8:25. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this was the news. This was the news. So the news dropped at 8:30. It was core CPI and unemployment news. So half the news was good and half the news was bad, which doesn't really help us that much, right? So we come back over here. This was the 8:30 news. So I'm like, okay. And then let's go to the next candle. So during the formation of this 8:30 news, I had taken a entry around this point. All right. And my stops was below this candle, this blue candle right here. So this is what it was looking like for me. Let's hop back over to the hourly. So this was what my plan was for the day on gold, right? And at first it was pushing up. It was pushing up at first, okay? I'd have to look at my MetaTrader app to get the exact price that I was in, but it was definitely, if not exactly here, it's definitely like right here. All right, so it played around for a bit, but I kept my risk management. You know, I knew what my stop loss was. I felt comfortable with where my stop loss was, so I knew if it didn't go in that favor, it probably wasn't going to anyway. All right, but if we put this in play, you're gonna see I got stomped out, you know, and then price is what? Consolidating now. As you can see, now look at us. Now it's look like it's coming back up. So, you know, it is what it is. That is the 2 losses that I took today. I see you, Rages. Vernon, I see you. Asia, I see you all. So yeah, so we're at like a double here. So no more trading for today for me. You know, you want to make sure you're practicing risk management, right? I typically only take 1 to 2 trades a day. So if I lose 2 trades, I mean, that's my 2 trades for the day. Sometimes if I lose 1 trade, I may be done for the day. I may take 1 more, but I cap myself at 2 trades a day. So I'm not trading until tomorrow, you know, and that's just risk management. It doesn't matter how good of a move is. It doesn't matter how good my predictions can be. You know, it's just discipline that I have. So you want to remember that if you want to be a full-time trader, you know, you do have to have that discipline. Okay. So what I'm going to show you now is this banger move right here on US30. I use this trend lines for visuals, but I didn't use it as far as me taking this move. It was not used. I'm trying to see what time did we take this? 7 o'clock. Let's go back. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete everything off the chart. And we're going to start, let's see, 6:30. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to show you what I saw, why I decided to take this move. I think I looked at this on the daily. Did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. So duly note that price was not this high at the time. Price was like right around this area at the time. It was right above this candle. Actually, I'm gonna put a line here. Price was like right here when I was looking at this. Okay, the daily was not this far up. So the way I was looking at this already was, hey, you know, the daily was bullish engulfing, right? It's past this level, right? It's right here right now. So it looks like we could fill up to this price. Okay, so we can put a zone right here at the daily resistance. I said, all right, price should get up to the daily resistance here. Same analysis I had on gold, right? Very, very similar. Just going to hop down to the 4-hour. Again, none of this happened yet. I think we were just on this candle though, all right? So if we're looking at this on the 4-hour now, if we're just breaking this down, once again, what was I showing you? I was showing you that if we look at the resistance right here, I can't get it. If we look at this resistance right here, if we put a line, what do we see? The daily candle is above this zone, right? You see that? We're pushing through that zone. We're going bullish. And then what do we see next to it? What do we see to the left? We see a nice, beautiful, clean traffic candle. Okay? So we know that clean traffic candles are candles that price likes to fill. Delete that. All right. Also, what else do we see? Well, We see that if you take your trend line, those of you who like trend lines, you know, they're very valuable. You can use them. See that price kind of formed a support here. And if I clone this, because you want your trend lines to be parallel, so it's better to just clone them. If I bring it up, it looks like, boom, we had a breakout, right? We had a fake out here to the downside. This is a fake out. Price is breaking out. How do I know? Because look at this area. We had consolidation. You know, a doji is indecisive, so a doji means there's consolidation. We have these 2 wick rejections to the top side. We created a higher support on top of the zone. So we're breaking out. Also, this bullish candle broke past the zone, right? All right, so how many confirmations do you need to know that we're going bullish? That's enough confirmations. So boom, let's hop into this trade. So we go to the hourly. Right, if we go to the hourly, let me just keep this line here. What do you see? You see, if we put a zone here, we're working past it, right? We're trying to work past it. If we hop onto the 15-minute, let me show you what I did. So I did make a video on bank zones, so I'm not going to fully explain it right now. But if you want to know more about that and how to use the strategy, you can check out my bank zone video. But for now, I'm just going to put a bank zone here. And it's just because we don't have time. It'll be too much to explain. We have a bank zone right here, okay, at this black line. So check me out. We come down to the 5-minute. You know, we want to wait. We want price to break through our zone, right? So if we put this in play, now price started, you know, you see how small these candles are compared to these candles. This is momentum slowing down. This means there's not a lot of volume. Okay, there's not a lot of volume here on the chart. I think I need to do is fast forward this a little bit though. Okay. Yeah, because that was back at 6 o'clock. Let's see. Yeah, I was waiting for 7 o'clock there. All right, so check me out. So around this point is where you would take your entry, okay? Now you may be wondering, how do I know not to take my entry here, right? Because this looks like it's breaking through, right? How do you know? Well, you can wait for a close above the zone and wait for the next candle, right? So let's take this step by step. We have a closure above the zone, right? So we want to wait for the next candle. What's the next candle do? Is the next candle going bullish? Let's see. No. So you don't take a move. Top into the next candle. Closure above the zone. Okay, that's cool, right? But does the next candle show us bullish momentum? Does it? No. Okay. Now what? Now price is coming back down. Now price is coming back up. Down, down, okay. Right, we're waiting for a candle to close past the zone. Boom. There's a closure past the zone. Okay. What's the next candle do? All right. So at 650, you could have taken an impulse entry here. Okay. During the formation of this candle, you could have put your stop loss probably below here. It's about 22 pips. Right. And if you're using my bank zone strategy, then you know the next bank zone is, where is it? Right about here. Right. And again, everything is explained in the video that I made. I'm just not enough time to explain it right now. Right. What was that? 94 pips? About 94 pips. Right. This is your trade graphed out, right? So in my video, I explained how, you know, once we're crossing bank zones, we go from one bank zone to the next bank zone, right? That's just what we do. Okay. But remember, our overall bias was, hey, looking at the 4 hour, that we're coming up to this up here, right? We should get up to the daily here, right? So really, check this out. This is really take profit one. right? This bank zone is take profit 1. And then we have take profit 2 on the daily resistance. Okay, so check me out here. Now we're talking, right? Now we're talking. So let's see how this plays out. Okay, and let me just put it back live now. So look how this plays out. This is 173 pips at take profit 2. Take profit 1 was what we say, 94 pips. So check where it's at now. It's pushing through this point, right? It's pushing through this point. So approximately what? It's over 200 pips now. Where's that right now? 192. It did get up to 218 pips though. I mean, and this is just a basic strategy that I made for beginners. You know, like I said, if you check out that video, it should help you a lot. I do explain it thoroughly from beginning to end and how to find these bank zones and all that good stuff. So shout out to those who did watch it, because I did get a lot of good feedback on that video. A lot of people are using that. So, you know, this is just a pure example today of it happening live. So I see you, So, in the chat. Denise, hello. Waylon. I see you. Asia, how do we know when a candle is done wicking? Are you waiting for the candle to close? Well, Asia, good question, Asia. If we knew that a candle was done wicking, then we would never lose a trade, right? Because we would never get faked out. We would never lose a trade if we knew. Right? Think about it. We'd never lose. That means we'd be billionaires right now if we never lose. Multi-billionaires. So, good question, though. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much that US30 trade. Hopefully it made some sense on when to enter there, because, you know, the entries there was a little complicated on the 5-minute. You know, it was pretty complicated. Where to put your stop loss, all that good stuff. You know, it's all risk management. When it comes to US30, I'm not the type to risk 100 pips or 50 pips. You probably see me risk like 20 pips, 30 pips maybe. But, you know, you just want to make sure that you're using risk management, you know, because different pairs move different ways. You know, US30 moves way more than GU and EU and all those other pairs. You know that gold moves more volatile as well. So, you know, we want to make sure that we're keeping our risk management. All right. Is there any other questions? Divine, gonna go watch that video. Yeah, check it out. Yeah. Check it out for sure, for sure. Anyone else have any other questions? Be happy to answer them. Other than that, you know, we did take 2 L's today, so, but you know, it is what it is. That does happen with trading, you know. I see gold is still consolidating. Wow. It's been consolidating all day. You know, and like I said, I'm leaving this up here because, you know, it's something that I'm going to study later and say, okay, where can I have gotten out early? How could I have seen that this wasn't going in my favor, you know? Wow, this thing is just really getting up there today. So if we check out the daily, wow, look at this. We're past that. Look at that. We actually passed it. That's crazy. You know, and it's just all from reading the charts, knowing how to read the candlesticks, trying to understand the directional bias, you know. But if there's no more questions, then, you know, that's all I got for y'all today. I do appreciate y'all watching and talking in the chat. Thank you.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching today's stream. I hope you got a lot of value out of it. And hey, before you go, make sure to check out our guest on social media, as well as subscribe to the A1 Trading YouTube channel for more free trading content throughout the week. Before we go, I do also want to say down below in the description, there's all sorts of great perks for you if you're looking for a broker. We've got some recommended brokers. We've also got a Telegram channel and email newsletter that you would probably benefit from if you're an aspiring trader. So take advantage of some of that free stuff down below. It will also help out the channel tremendously, and we will see you back tomorrow.